Hey parents, we wanted to put together a quick video just to talk about the Dominican Republic and how it's been in the news recently. I know some of you have asked some questions and some things of that nature, so if you haven't been watching the news, there have been some Americans that have died in the Dominican Republic in the last 12 months. And ultimately, in the last 12 months, there's been 9 Americans that have died in the Dominican Republic, and there's been 7 just this year alone. So, because of how social media works and news, how it gets reported, it feels like it's a lot. It feels like, is there something going on? And so we have been paying attention to this. We've been watching what's going on and trying to track even the FBI, what they're saying about these things. And for the most part, these are tourists. They're at resorts. And for the most part, they look very much like their natural causes of death, heart attacks or some other things like that. And but the fact that they're happening at either, there's been a couple of deaths where they happen within a week of each other at the same resort. And so there's worries like, are people trying to poison Americans or things like that? And ultimately, these look very much like they're just isolated incidents that just happen to be kind of grouped together. Yes, 9 deaths in the last 12 months feels like a lot, but in the last 12 months, 2.7 million Americans have traveled to the Dominican Republic. And so when we see the kind of bigger picture, it's not as if there's a group of people that are saying, boy, we want to get Americans out of the Dominican Republic. There's just none of that. And so ultimately, we don't have any fear, we don't have any worries. I won't say no, because when we're traveling with students, we always have concerns or worries that we're keeping your kids safe, we're keeping a good eye on them and good care for them. And so we're doing that already. With these other things that have been happening, again, we really see them as isolated incidences, but we are keeping an eye on them. And so we're still going forward with the trip. We're still engaging in the trip. Again, we're not staying at resorts. We're actually about as far away from these incidences that you can get on the island. And so, again, we feel very confident that what's been happening in these resorts in the Dominican Republic, they truly are. They're nothing but isolated instances, and so it's just kind of a tough one to deal with, because again, people are more hypersensitive, or they're more, or again, since they're seeing them, are voicing that concern, and so then that puts worry into us and things of that nature, and ultimately, we really don't need to. So again, be praying though for our safety, be praying for, again, the ministry and things of that nature. But again, with these concerns, we're not worried about these things happening with our group. So if you have any other questions or if you have any concerns, please feel free to talk to us. You can either talk to us face to face, shoot us an email, call us, anything. We're more than welcome to talk more about this. So again, we're looking forward to this trip. We know God's going to be doing some great things, some exciting things, and we look forward to partnering with Him in this. So again, love you guys. We love your students, and we look forward to what God's doing. All right? God bless.